guys, so today's video is actually going to be a review and demo on the new Natasha Denona Sculpt and Glow Face Highlighting and Contour Palette. This is what it looks like. It's like a reflective mirrored packaging so you could totally see everything. That's my camera. I don't typically do reviews like this anymore, like on one specific product, but I kind of miss doing them. And then when I saw this on Trend Mood or on the internet, I was floored. I was like, oh my gosh, no she's not. No, she isn't coming out with something so glorious. Look at this, it is amazing. I have never tried this before, so I am gonna be doing an entire first impressions in this video today. But when I saw it on the internet, I was like, I need to have that and I need to do a video all about that because I wanna try it on camera for the first time, just so you guys can see my initial first impression. And a lot of the times my first impressions don't go very well. I change my mind a lot when I'm trying out a product, but I thought we would do it anyway. So I did purchase this one myself. This is in the shade Light Medium. I purchased this the second I saw it went live on Sephora, which I shouldn't have done that. I got a little carried away because Natasha Denona does send me PR, and I actually got this palette again today along with the shade Medium Dark. So I have both of them to compare. I didn't buy Medium Dark for myself because I knew I would never use it, but now that I have it, I can show you comparisons like in this video. And I have a couple of thoughts. Like, I'm a little bit skeptical already, and I will tell you why in a second. But yeah, let's jump into this review already. I have foundation on my face and I have under eye concealer, and that is the only thing I have on my face right now, and mascara on my brows, you know. But on my face, just foundation and concealer. And I'm gonna be jumping into the Sculpt and Glow palette in the shade Light Medium. Really quickly though, let's talk about packaging. I absolutely love this packaging. I think it is stunning. It is so beautiful. Like, seeing it in person, all you wanna do is hold it. It's very heavy. It feels pretty luxurious, and it has a ginormous mirror right here, and it's actually a really fantastic mirror. Now onto the actual inside. She has 3 cream products and 3 powder products. This one right here is the highlighting cream. So if you want to do like extreme highlighting and contouring with like the stripes all over your face, this is the product you would use. It's not really a concealer, but it is a creamy highlighting product. And then you get like the typical setting powder down here. And for it being light medium, this is a pretty dark powder. I have a feeling it's gonna show up a little bit more yellowy on my skin tone. If you're really fair, this might be too dark for you, but it is a light medium palette, so that makes sense. Then you get your cream contour and your powder contour. I'm a little bit worried about this because this looks pretty dark. Like, this looks very dark actually, like compared to my skin tone. And then you get your Face Glow Cream Shimmer, which is like a creamy highlight, and then you get your powder highlight. And honestly, the reason I purchased this entire thing is because I have the Natasha Denona Glow Powder Highlight. This is in the shade 01 Light, and I love this highlight so much. It's so natural yet so glowy and beautiful. I love it. So I figured I would really love this one. I actually think it's the exact same color. The single feels more pigmented than the one in the palette, but you can't really tell. This one is the single, and then this one is the one in the palette. Can you see a difference? But anyway, I really love the fact that she has this little flap right here, and it covers all of the cream products, because a lot of the times the powder will get into the cream product and then create kind of like a mess with all the kick up, especially if you're rough with your makeup, if you just like. And I really just wanted to do this video because this bad boy is $89. Yes, you heard me correctly. $90 for a highlight and contour palette. That is crazy to me. That is a lot of money. You can get the Kat Von D one for much cheaper, but that one doesn't come with any cream products. So I don't know, I don't have anything to compare this to because I don't have anything in my collection that has cream and powder like this, except maybe the Kevyn Aucoin book. Kevyn Aucoin has a contour book that's $65, and that's a luxury brand in itself, and $65 is a lot. So this is $90. This is even more expensive than Kevyn Aucoin, which, I mean, Natasha Denona is a very high-end brand, and I have to be honest, they make the best eyeshadows I've ever tried, like all across the board. I love ColourPop, I love Makeup Geek, they have amazing shadows, but I have never, Natasha Denona eyeshadows are incredible, and hopefully this is another amazing product. Hopefully it's worth $89. I don't know. We will see right now. So I just want to quickly show you in comparison. I don't want to swatch this one because I do want to give this to Amelia because I feel like she would get more use out of that, and I don't want to put like my fingers in her stuff. But I just wanted to show you. This is the light medium and this is the medium dark. Am I crazy, or are those contour powders just way too similar? And I'm talking about the powder, not the creams. But they seem really similar. Like, this contour powder is not much darker than the one in the light medium palette. I don't know, I can't speak for this one because I haven't swatched it yet. I've swatched these. You know what, let's just get into it. I'm sure you guys are like, shut up, just do it. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start off with this shade right here. This is the highlighting cream, and I'm gonna take my little Kiko Face 500 brush. I'm lefty, so I gotta put it on this side. And I'm just gonna dabble into this little bad guy right here. Little bad guy, what? Okay, so, okay. I get nervous with first impressions. Okay, so I'm just gonna highlight my under eyes a little bit. I already have concealer on. The concealer I'm using is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I have that underneath. But I just want to see if this brightens up my under eye. Whoa, it sure do. It sure do. I didn't want to use this as like a concealer because it's not a concealer, it's a highlighting cream. So I wanted to see how this looked on top of concealer. And it doesn't seem to be breaking up the concealer or making the concealer look weird, but it did really highlight my under eyes. And I'm gonna take some right here so that I could just highlight the rest of my face and make everything even. The bridge of my nose and on my chin. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the contour cream right here. I think it might be easy to blend. I'm gonna take my little beauty blusher. There's hair on it, Celine. Just because I feel like a damp sponge is gonna help the contour blend a little bit. So just going to put these on my face. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have gone so crazy. Okay, so it's not difficult to blend. I think it takes a little bit longer to blend than like my Cover FX bronzing liquid that I love so much. I compare everything to that because it's my favorite cream contour, but it's not difficult to blend out like a lot of things I've tried in the past. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm not gonna apply any more because I am gonna go in with the powder, and I feel like this contour is dark already. But this side looks a little strange, but I do think it's good. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up with the cream products. I'm gonna take the Face Glow Cream Shimmer, and I'm gonna apply this to the tops of my cheekbones with the same sponge, just with this side. I swatched this and I pretty much got no pigmentation. Like, look. Like, I don't really see anything there. It's just like a little bit of a sheen. I don't know if this is just meant to look wet on the cheeks and not really come off as like highlighty. You definitely have to pick up a lot of product. It does give you a little something, but not as much as I would picture from a Natasha Denona like cream highlight. It's just a little bit too sheer for me. Yeah, it's very, very subtle, which I mean could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you ask. I'm trying to see if it picks up my foundation underneath or like if it looks weird, but it doesn't seem to be clinging on to anything or like disrupting anything underneath. It kind of just gives me like a clear sheen, like a wet look. It's not bad, but it's definitely my least favorite product I've tried so far. Okay, so now that we have closed this, I'm gonna take the Japanese, I didn't even know that, Japanese pressed powder. Okay. Oh my god, my cheeks look wet here. Like on camera you can't really tell, but in person, like my face looks wet. Yeah, like look how shiny it looks here. Oh, I kind of like it. And on my Sephora Pro Sculpting Blush brush, I'm going to apply that to my under eyes to set my concealer and my cream highlight. And oh yeah, too dark for me. Yepsy doopsies, that is too dark for me. Let's try to blend that out. That kind of killed a lot of the highlighting quality I had going on there. For my under eye powder, I definitely prefer something a little bit more brightening. This, you can't tell, but if you look up close, the yellow tint is pretty strong and it's like the exact same color as my skin tone, and I prefer something brightening underneath the eyes. So one thing I noticed when I touch my cheeks, like this highlighting cream is very sticky. So, I mean, like most highlights are, but the Cover FX ones, I keep talking about those, but I love them. The Cover FX ones do dry down completely and they don't stay tacky. This is like a weird highlight. I like it because I like how wet my cheek looks. Like it doesn't even look shimmery, like they look wet. But I don't know if it's practical or if I'm gonna really use this that much. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder and I'm gonna set my entire face before I go in with any of these cream products, powder products, because that is what I would probably normally do on a normal day anyway. Obviously, applying this powder to my face totally killed off the highlight I just put on, but I really just wanted to try out that cream product just to give you my thoughts. I figured I was gonna cover it now with powder anyway. You know what this would probably be good for? This creamy one. For like a finishing touch at the very end of your makeup, like if you have really dry skin and you want your cheeks to look like wet, like on a summer tropical vacation, that would look really pretty on the cheeks. I don't know. Anyway, so now I'm gonna take the contour sculpting powder. Why do I keep grabbing it with this hand? And I'm gonna use my little NARS Yachio brush, I think that's what it's called. And I'm gonna dip it into this, and I'm not gonna apply too much. This powder does have like a strong gray undertone, which is nice for contouring. I'm just scared it might be too gray on my skin. Wow, it's actually not too dark for my skin tone. See what happens when you assume? So this actually looks more pigmented in the pan than it comes off on your face, which I actually really like because it's easy to build. And I thought I was just gonna draw like a crazy gray stripe on my face. I thought it was gonna be really pigmented right off the bat, but I like that it isn't. Okay, so what do you guys think of this contour? I actually think it looks good, and even though I set the highlight, I feel like, am I crazy or is it coming back? That contour powder actually surprised me. It was something that I thought I was not gonna like, but I think it blends really nicely. I think I really like that. Okay, so now let's move on to the last product, and it is the All Over Shimmer Powder. Probably gonna love it. Don't be surprised if I'm like, So, definitely adding that cream highlight underneath made it even more vibrant than it would usually look. This is one of those highlights that you do have to build up, but having this cream underneath really made that highlight powder stick to it, and it's really showing up like really glowy here on the cheek. I think that looks really good. This is very beautiful. Okay guys, so those were all the products on my face. What do you guys think? Seeing it from the other side of the camera, what do you guys think of this palette? Based off first impressions, I like it. I actually love it. I do love it. I think this is pretty good. I don't like this. I think this is really good. This is pretty good, and I don't really love this. Like, these two products are not my favorite because if I'm gonna be truly honest with you, I don't know if I'm gonna use this. It's just, I feel like it's more professionally because it's like that wet highlight. Now for the big question, do I think it's worth $90? I don't think so, only because I'm not fond of two products. I might use this, but most likely I'll only use 4 out of the 6. So I don't know if it's worth the $90 for me. If you fall in love with each individual product, then totally. But for me, I don't know if I would repurchase this, and I don't know if it's worth $90. I do love it though. I do love it. I'm gonna continue to use it. I'll probably give you my thoughts later on when I play around with it a little bit more, because you know my opinion changes quite frequently. When it comes to products, I really have to test something out to give you like my full review. So this is just a first impression. If this was cheaper, like if this was in like 60 bucks, even $20 cheaper, but it's 90. And I feel like you might be able to get other Sculpt and Glow palettes from other brands for a little bit cheaper. And I'm so sorry to say that because I respect Natasha Denona. I love watching her tutorials. My jaw drops every time she does somebody's makeup. Her style of makeup is like my absolute favorite. I love everything she does. Everything. She's a goddess in my opinion. So I'm a little sad saying that I'm like on the fence with this, but this was just my personal opinion. Leave me a comment down below what you think about this palette. Have you tried it? Have you seen it at Sephora? Like, what are your thoughts on this palette? What do you think about the price point? Just leave me your thoughts down below. But yeah, these were my opinions, and that completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick I hope it's quick. We'll shall see when I'm editing. Quick first impressions on this product. I actually want to do an entire first impressions on M Cosmetics. Michelle Phan actually sent me like all of her new lip clouds, I think they're called, and then her 2 new eyeliners. I think those are the only things that have been introduced to M Cosmetics, and I have all of them and I haven't tried them yet. So if you want to see a full first impressions with lip swatches of all the M Cosmetics stuff, let me know down below and I will do that for you. But yeah, anyway, that completes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Very, very good. No, I thought it smelled strong, but no. So I know I already ended this video, but I'm actually sitting here about to do the swatches on my hand to show you like a close-up. This doesn't swatch. Am I crazy? Or is like nothing coming off on my fingers? That is really strange. There's almost like this weird layer on top, but it's coming off on the brush. So why is it showing up on my skin like with the brush but not like with my fingers? I don't know. That is super weird. It's like swatching so blotchy. I had to scratch like the top layer. And that's a little bit weird that it's not really swatching, but it did show up on my face as you saw. So I'm gonna pretend like that's not an issue. That might be an issue while I use it more. I will let you know the more I use this. Now this video is done.